Hey CBC, this has been a long time coming, but I got to tell you, I'm excited. I think you recognize where I'm at. If you look over my left shoulder here, you see that this is where we're going to be meeting in just a few days. And so, I don't know if you remember or not, but 12 weeks ago we had to meet in that small studio room because of they were doing the floors and things like that. So I looked at the floors and we got brand new floors in here. It looks beautiful. It looks ready to go. The Y is opening up, but not everything's open. And so, for instance, I'm in the racquetball area right now and it is closed down. It's dark other than what we're doing in here. But I wanted to get a view of where we're going to be meeting on Sunday morning. And so as we've gathered together as staff and elders, we've talked to the leadership at the YMCA. Not just locally here, but also in Orlando. And we've just worked together to develop a three-phase reopening plan in accordance with CDC guidelines and what we believe is the wisest and most loving thing to do so that we can be in worshiping together as safely as possible. And we realize we can't control every variable there is. And so, when you come, you're coming at your own risk, but I think you'll find that we have done a fantastic job in making sure that it's safe. And so, I wanted to go through a few guidelines that are all going to be repeated at when you come. We'll have on the back of the bulletin as well. You'll see it on the website that the guidelines that we're using for our phase one to come back in here. And so, wanted to give just a couple details. I'm not going to read through the whole thing because I think you guys can do that on your own. But for our phase one guidelines, you'll come in through our regular doors. We're actually going to open both sets of double doors coming in this weekend. We would like you to keep some good social distance between you and your family and other families. So CDC guidelines is about 6 feet for that. And so as you come in, you'll receive bulletins for everybody in your family. We're not going to take anybody's temperature, but if you've had a fever in the last 48 hours, please don't come to church on Sunday morning. You can watch online that we will have available. We also ask as you come in that you just kind of refrain from some of the handshakes and the hugs. And I know as much as we love that long, awkward welcome that we do, we just need to refrain for a little while from that. And so it's not required of you to wear masks in, but if you feel comfortable wearing a mask, then wear a mask. Our recommendation is from the parking lot, from your car to where you get into your seat in the gym, then have a mask on for that. Once you get into the gym, the way that we'll have all the chairs organized will be such that you'll be social distanced, and so you're welcome to take off your mask at that point. The way that we have the seats is going to be every other row, basically, you can sit in. But what we're doing is instead of setting up as we normally do, we're just going to space the chairs out. So anywhere you see a chair, you're welcome to sit in it. But we do ask that you keep probably 3 chairs or so distant from the next family or group or whatever. So once the service is over, then ideally you dismiss in the same way that you came. So keeping your social distancing and things like that. For week one, we're not going to dismiss you by rows. If we feel like, or if it looks like it's just a lot of people are crowding up and some folks are in danger, then we can do that in the next week. But other changes is like childcare. We're not going to be offering childcare or Sunday schools initially. That'll be more in our phase 2. But listen, your children are always welcome to worship with us in the gym where we have our worship service. If they're getting like disruptive or anything like that, then we're going to have the service actually in the meeting room as well on the TVs in there. And so you are more than welcome to take the kids over there, and you can watch on the TVs in there. Everything will be wiped down before and after and everything else. And so we're going to keep everything clean. So if you are still not comfortable, and that's cool, that's okay. Excuse me. We'll have that available, the service available online on YouTube and Facebook, the same way we've been doing for the last 12 weeks. And so, at some point we'll probably live stream for a little while until we get to phase 3 when things get all the way back to normal. But man, it's just going to be good to be together. And there are concerns. I'm certainly aware of that. One of the big things I think that may be a little bit different for us is if you need to use one of the restrooms. Since we have to clean up and everything after, we ask that you would just limit yourself to the 4 bathrooms, the family bathrooms that are in the main hall leading to the swimming pool. In other words, stay out of the locker rooms and things like that. That just becomes more work for us. Which brings us to the final kind of idea, is we're going to need help. There's a lot more involved in terms of cleaning. There's a lot more involved as far as setup and everything else. And so we really do need some help in this. And so if you would, if you can help, then send an email to info@cbcocala.org and just say, I can help. And so we need help with a number of different things. And so we would love to get a number of people together to get it done so that many hands make light work. And so ideally, we don't want the same 4, 5, 6 people every single week doing everything. But man, if we could have 4 or 5 or 6 teams of people that'll do it, and it's only like once every 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or whatever to get this done, that would be what a blessing, I know, for so many folks. And so I'm excited to be back together with you again. So Sunday morning, 10 o'clock the service will start. No Sunday school, no child care, nothing like that, at least in this phase 1. But I'll tell you, the Y is opening up their child care. I think today or tomorrow they're opening up their child care, which tells me we're probably only a week or 2 away from being able to do the same for us as well. But in the meantime, feel free, bring the kids in. If they get noisy, it'll probably sound a lot like my house does. And so we'll see you Sunday. If you have any questions or concerns or anything else, please contact us, info@cbcocala.org, or you can call 680-0056, the church phone, and we'll hopefully be able to help whatever you need. So we'll see you Sunday, and it's going to be an exciting one.